Orcish Dermis, the holy grail of skin tones, seemingly eternally out of stock, just out of reach, freaking expensive if you're trying to import a single bottle. Its power is legendary, believed by some to spring forth from the very earth itself and held hostage by nefarious organizations such as the Toledo Painters Guild. One man, a man possessed of tremendous bravery, was clever enough to crack its magnificent shell and shared the secret with the world. Shout out to Jayvee Design for his extraordinary act of selflessness. Link to his video in the description below. Thanks to Jayvee's work, our local idiot tried his hand at recreating the sacred formula with different materials. He even managed to have it validated by the paintRack app. Today we're sharing this formula with you. As many of you know, Orcish Dermis is the secret to restoring saturation in skin tones as you build up your shadows and highlights over the base color, and if you paint a great deal of youthful flesh and skin, you can use it up very quickly. Thankfully, our local idiot took that into account, and his formula will allow you to make a great deal of it for less money in the long run, because ultimately he's a cheapskate. It's surprising, really, that he didn't just somehow find the formula on Temu and just buy it there. In the interest of transparency, this formula does have more upfront expense than Jayvee's formula, but as previously stated, it allows you to scale it up and make a great deal more, which will actually save you money in the long run. We begin by collecting our components for the formula, starting with Liquitex acrylic inks. Acrylic ink is practically paint already. It's highly pigmented and very nearly able to be used in an airbrush straight from its bottle. Only a small bit of thinning is required. Conversely, if you wish to use it with a traditional brush, you need to add a medium to it to give it more body, or else it will run. Today we'll be making an airbrush version of our local idiot's formula, and a traditional version as well. To begin, firmly grasp each bottle of ink and shake it thusly in a fashion similar to a Polaroid photograph, or a you just really don't like. It's important to get the pigment and the medium well mixed.
Cheese and crust, Patrick. You can't tell people to do that. People should definitely not do that.
I was merely making a prescient point about how important proper mixing is. I suppose you'd rather I make a comparison to shaking the bottle like you're trying to make a Bloody Mary by shaking it and bruising the vermouth.
Can we just focus on the script, please?
Indeed. The first color is titanium white. This will provide the base color for the formula and requires the greatest number of drops, 30 to be exact. We follow this with 3 drops of vivid orange red. Next, we add 5 drops of red oxide. The last color is the one that gives the formula a feeling of living warmth, fluorescent red.
Hi, it's Declan. Patrick forgot to say it's 10 drops of the fluorescent red. Cheers.
Scale this formula up as is necessary until you have enough to fill a 20 milliliter dropper bottle approximately halfway. Fill the other half of the bottle with your medium of choice. Our local idiot is using airbrush medium here and will prepare another bottle with matte medium off camera for use with traditional brushes. Add a paint mixing bowl to the dropper bottle and then the nozzle for the bottle. Finally, screw the cap onto the bottle. With these particular bottles, the cap will be sealed until you open it for the first time, not unlike when you unseal a fresh bottle of Vallejo or Army Painter paints, or when you take a to bed for the first time. Again, shake the bottle vigorously until your concoction is thoroughly mixed. Now it's ready for use. Ah, I see our local idiot also has the traditional brush formula ready now as well. Let's test them. Thankfully, our idiot values his time and yours too much to make you sit through him Optimus priming and adding the skin tones previous to where one would traditionally use Orcish Dermis. Incredible. If you're amazed by someone mixing paint, that is. What's this? Our idiot has one last step before he's ready to call this complete, labeling the bottles so he knows what they are, or so he can impress people by making them think he can read. There, Orcish Dermis. I suppose that's supposed to be clever because this is quarter-scale studio? I don't like that name. It's unpleasant on the tongue. Declan, have I ever told you the story of the most unpleasant thing I've ever had on my tongue?
No, you haven't. And I really don't want to hear about it, especially when we're supposed to be recording for this video.
Very well. If you wish to make your own Orcish Dermis, there are product links in the description below, as well as links for the dropper bottles and paint mixing balls. The airbrush our idiot used, and for PLA he would recommend for your FDM printing needs. It doesn't cost you anything, but we make a small commission for it that goes toward helping the channel grow. If you made it this far and like what you saw, please consider giving us a like. Ring that little bell icon to be notified when we have new videos go public. And subscribe. I ran the numbers personally, and Dad over at Ground Affected is right. For each new subscriber we get, we have one new subscriber. Brilliant. Leave a comment below and tell us what you plan on using your Orcish Dermis on first. Until next time, remember, snakes don't have arms. That's why they don't wear vests.
What is that even supposed to mean? Patrick, are you having a stroke?
That's it. Peace, dude. Out.